Every morning, like clockwork, I stop at the same coffee shop before work. It's not fancy. No neon signs. No influencer aesthetic. Just a small, cozy place tucked between a dry cleaner and a nail salon, with mismatched chairs, soft indie music playing in the background, and exactly one barista working the counter during the morning rush. Which means, there's always a line. Not a long one. 5 or 6 people. Enough to be mildly annoying, but socially acceptable. The kind of line where everyone silently agrees, yeah, this is fine. We'll survive. You've got the regulars. The guy in the suit scrolling emails. The college student half asleep with headphones on. The mom bouncing a toddler on one hip. And then, there was him. I noticed him the first time because something felt off. He didn't stand in line. Instead, he'd walk in, glance at the queue, slow his steps like he'd just had a revelation, and then drift straight toward the counter. At first, I thought maybe he was picking up a mobile order. But no. He'd lean forward slightly, put on this polite but impatient smile, and say something like, "Oh hey, quick question." And the barista, already juggling orders, milk steaming, espresso machine hissing, would pause. "What's up?" And then he'd ask something unbelievably pointless. "What size is the medium again?" Or, "Do your lattes come hot by default?" And while the barista answered, because she's doing her job, he'd nod thoughtfully, like a man making a life-altering decision. Then he'd say it. "Oh cool. Yeah, I'll just take a medium latte then." And just like that, he'd ordered. Skip the line. Again. The first time, I brushed it off. The second time, I frowned. The third time, my jaw clenched. By the fourth time, I was fully aware this wasn't an accident. This was a system. He'd figured out a loophole, a social gray area where no one wanted to be that person who calls him out. Because who wants to start a confrontation at 7:45 in the morning? We were all tired. Undercaffeinated. Just trying to survive. And he knew it. That's what made it worse. It wasn't just impatience, it was entitlement. He wasn't louder than anyone. He wasn't aggressive. He was smug. The kind of smug that says, "I'm smarter than you for figuring this out." And every time he did it, I could feel it ripple through the line. People would shift their weight. Exhale sharply. Roll their eyes. But nobody said anything. Including me. Until one morning, something snapped. I'd had a rough week. Bad sleep. Too many deadlines. That morning, my alarm didn't go off, I spilled toothpaste on my shirt, and traffic was a nightmare. By the time I walked into the coffee shop, I was already running on fumes. And there he was. Same guy. Same move. He walked in behind me, looked at the line, and immediately angled toward the counter. I watched it happen in slow motion. And suddenly, I felt this heat rise up my spine. Not explosive anger. Focused anger. The kind that quietly says, "No. Not today." Before he could open his mouth, I stepped out of line. Just casually. Like it was the most natural thing in the world. I reached the counter half a second before him. The barista looked up. "Hey. What can I help you with?" I smiled. "Oh hi. I just had a few questions." I could feel him behind me. Standing there. Trapped. I asked my first question slowly. What's the difference between a latte and a cappuccino again?" The barista blinked, then launched into the explanation. I nodded thoughtfully. "Okay, and do you have oat milk?" "Yes." "What about almond?" "Yes." "Soy?" "Yes." I tilted my head. "Which one froths better?" The guy behind me shifted. I could feel it. I kept going. "And could you explain your pastries?" The barista gestured to the case. "These are croissants, muffins, scones." I interrupted gently. "Oh. What's inside the scones?" As this went on, I could feel time stretching. The espresso machine hissed. Cups clinked. The line behind us grew restless. Finally, I clasped my hands together. I turned slightly, just enough to glance back at him. Then I smiled. "You know what? I think I need a minute to decide." I stepped back. "Let me just get back in line." And I did. I went right back to my spot. He was still standing at the counter. Staring. Confused. Cornered. The barista looked at him. "Okay, what can I get you?" He hesitated. Because now, if he ordered, he'd be exposed. He mumbled something about actually needing a second and shuffled back into line. Behind me. I didn't look back. But I felt it. That tiny, perfect shift in the universe. The next morning, I watched for him. Sure enough, he came in, saw the line, and started his move. I beat him to the counter again. This time? I was prepared. I asked about caffeine content, bean origin, roast profiles, seasonal syrups. Then I stepped back into line. Again. By day 3, he noticed. By day 5, he looked annoyed. By the end of the week, he stopped trying. One morning, he walked in, saw the line, and stood in it. Like everyone else. No questions. No tricks. No shortcuts. Just a quiet man holding his phone, waiting his turn. I ordered my coffee that day with a calm I hadn't felt in weeks. Because sometimes, justice doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes, it just needs patience. And really, really annoying questions.